How did I get 2.3 million people to show up and watch day one of the event I did with Matthew McConaughey? I guess the second thing is the last 11 events we've done, we've averaged about 1 million people registered for the events. It's one of the top questions I get. And I thought I'd break it down to 6 buckets that I believe could take any of your businesses to a whole nother level when you concentrate on all of them separately. Let's go over the whiteboard. I'll jump right on it. Number 1, if I truly break down how we did it, is to care more. What does that mean, to care more? It means to have the ability to really understand what the end goal is. If I take Matthew McConaughey's event, for example, I read his book, Green Lights, blew my mind. And in my head, I said, the world needs more McConaughey. It needs something deeper. People can have more interaction, more results, more McConaughey. Well, I had the opportunity to reach out to McConaughey's team. I finally got on the call with him. And here's what I want to share with you. You need to obsess on the actual outcome of the event through the entire thing. Meaning, it's not just how many people can register, how many sales you can make. It's what is the end result. In all my years of doing this, when I care more about the end result of the human on the other side, it always outperforms anybody else that's just metric driven on finances. When we say care more, what I found out is this guy McConaughey loves people more than I ever could have imagined. He had been journaling for 30-something years and has all his journals and was able to go through them and find the patterns of the things that worked in his life and the things that didn't. And that pattern recognition made that book amazing, but could take it to the next level. So what was the outcome? We wanted people to go through a course where they could live into their more. They could have more joy. They could have more abundance. They could have more happiness, more freedom, more laughs, more just time in their life to live into the person they were meant to be. So every decision we made was based on how do we help people see a path to more. We named it through that lens. We created our advertising through that lens. We created the event through that lens, not thinking how many sales, but how do we end up where people go, I'm so glad I went to that event because I feel I could do more. I now have the capabilities to do more. And it adjusts everything you do. It adjusts the ads you create, the emails you create, and it creates a through line of caring, which in my opinion has been the byproduct of us doing the biggest events in internet history. Nobody's done launches bigger than us, 11 consistently in a row. So number 1 is you have to care more than your competition. Let's go over here. Number 2, and I think this is really powerful. You have to have standout messaging. You need to do something more than anybody else. So what is number 2? Stand out. And how do you stand out with your ads and your messaging? Number 1, know the pain that your audience is trying to run away from more than anybody else. Live inside the mind of the attendee, the prospect. What do they fear? What do they stress? What are they worried about? What keeps them up at night? When you can live into that, then you can meet them where they are. See, sometimes your ideal client is you of a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and you forgot what it's like to have that pain, to move away from something. If you really want to stand out with your marketing, understand their pain. But number 2, you got to understand what's their pleasure. What are their goals? What are their dreams? What are their desires? Before McConaughey event, we went to Facebook groups. We knew it was going to be about 65 to 70% women, probably 35 to 50. We knew that was a demographic. We went and hung out everywhere they were. And we found out things like they were the badass mom who took care of things, but the kids are gone now. It was time for them. They were the person at their career that everybody went to get things done, but they were in a career that's unfulfilling and they finally want to do something for themselves. We found a lot of people, a lot of women that went through a divorce and it was time for their rebound. We felt their pain and we said, hey, could we help them get out of that? Could we help them get out of pain? And could we help them reinvent themselves, to find their new path, to live into their full potential? And all of our messaging, all of our ads stood out significantly, not just because it was Matthew McConaughey. Again, we've had 11 events in a row that have averaged around 1 million people registered if you add them all up, right? That means that we are living into their pain, we're living into their pleasure, We're finding out who they are. We're meeting them where they are. We're enter conversations going on in their mind and then reverse engineer it to stand out with our marketing. The third one, and one of the ones most people miss. Number 3, Omni Present. It means there is a compounding effect to your marketing when you stack different modalities, when you stack different delivery systems. And I learned this because I've been in this industry long enough that I was in the infomercial business. And we used to do geo-targeted events. We used to go to different cities and we would do 20 or 30 mini events a week. We used to do probably 7 per city. And we found something pretty amazing. If we ran an infomercial in that city, we were in San Diego, we ran an infomercial. Hey, San Diego, we're doing a live event in your area. Say that the infomercial had a conversion rate of 3%. If we ran the infomercial by itself, it would go 3%. But if we ran the infomercial and also sent direct mail, not only would the direct mail do okay, but the infomercial would go up to 4%. And if we just ran the infomercial and the direct mail, it might be 4% and 1% direct mail. But if we sent out emails and text messages and did radio, every time we added a new element, everything got better. I never would have discovered this if I wasn't in the infomercial business because I started my business before the internet was existing, right? So I came up, again, some of the things that were the hardest going through and being in an infomercial, unlike direct response is so much easier today in a digital format, it allowed me to see that the more I stack, the more things get better. So when we do a big launch, if this is our reg page, I want to be everywhere possible. So not only do we want to be online, right? Ads, so let's just say ads, right? We're on social, right? We might do email. We do affiliates. We do podcasts. We have friends who put on their social, friends social, right? We have paid ads, we have social, but then we have all the other ones. We might be on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and LinkedIn and TikTok. Now here's what I want to share. In most instances, you might think, hey, when I do Facebook or YouTube or LinkedIn, if I do too many of them, they're not really working. Here's what I want to share about omnipresence is the compounding effect. Watch the next launch we do. When we did McConaughey, when we do our big launches, Tony Robbins and I, or we do the big mastermind launch, you'll see us doing podcasts. You'll see us have our friends that we're aligned with and affiliates. You'll see friends of ours posting on social. You'll see emails coming in. You'll have social media going out. You'll get text messages. You'll see ads, but you'll see them on Facebook and YouTube. And the compound effect is basically this. Everywhere you go, you might go, oh, I saw that ad for that McConaughey event. Maybe I'll go. Oh, I just got an email about the McConaughey event. Man, maybe I should go. Oh, I just watched a podcast with McConaughey with Lewis Howes. It was pretty damn good. Oh, I gotta go. And it's this stacking event that most every single person misses when they try to model our big events. So being omnipresent might be the biggest unfair advantage in the whole process, okay? Number 4 is test obsessively. Most people I know give up before they truly find the breakthrough. Meaning people will run marketing campaigns and soon as it gets to the winning number or close, they make that control and push it forward. If there's one thing I think I could be credited for that my team would probably be frustrated about is I'm never satisfied with the control, right? So let's go over here. Number 4, test obsessively. Sorry about that sloppy writing, but test obsessively. And I mean every area. I would be testing your email subject line, your email click-through, right? I would be testing your opt-in page or your registration page, your thank you page. We're talking about being omnipresent. You're testing your ads. You're testing what you're putting on social. You're testing your emails. You're testing the messaging you help your affiliates with. You test your messaging on podcasts. You test your messages when you send out text messages. Every single thing, you should have a control and a number. This converts at 1%. The open rate is 32%. The opt-in rate is 48%. If you're at 48, amazing number. Work your tail off to get to 50. And when you get to 50, do not be satisfied with 50. If you want to know how we do this, I never give up. When our opt-in rate, when everybody goes, God, cold traffic, we're registering people at 40%. In my head, I'm like, why can't we get to 45? Test, tweak, adjust. And sometimes it is the craziest tweaks. It is one word, it is one sentence. So if I give you any feedback on this one, marketing stamina. If you have the stamina to test obsessively in these different categories, you will find a metric unlike anything you've ever had before. Number 5, when you do an event, or you want people to show up for a webinar or a product launch or a live event that you're doing, whatever it is that you're doing, most people miss out on this. And that next one is number 5, value in advance. Where can you provide value in advance? If we go all the way back here to care more, the whole reason we're doing this event is because we want people to have more in their life, to have breakthroughs, to live into their full potential. The byproduct that we already know is we're going to be successful. We want to stand out by understanding their pain and their pleasure, to enter conversations in their head. We want to know omnipresent. We want to make sure we're omnipresent. We're everywhere we could be, because each one of these compounds and lifts the overall. We want to test obsessively every page possible. Now, if we truly want to care more, then how do we deliver value to them before they even come to the event or come to the launch, or we ask them to buy our product? And what it also does, it gets significantly more people to show up. So if you registered for the McConaughey event or Tony event or a Dean event or any of the events we're doing, you'll realize that there'll be pre-event trainings. If you're registering and the event is 2 weeks out, before then, we're going to be sending you trainings that are enough to say, wow, I got my value out of this and I haven't even been there yet. What can you do to set up the right mindset? What can you do to slay the dragons in their mind on why they can't live into their full potential? If it's about McConaughey's event, a living into more, what do we know that's already stopped them? Is it time? Is it age? Imposter syndrome? How do we do trainings in advance to crush them before they even come? So not only do they come pre-positioned, predisposed, pre-excited to be at the event, we deliver value. That means more people show up. So they not only show up with a better mindset, they show up in higher numbers. How many people are sharing with you today that when you do a virtual event, nobody shows up? It's because you're not adding value in advance. You need to do pre-trainings and drive all of them to show up, because a higher percentage of attendees means more people that we can impact, more people we care, and inevitably more people will say yes to the next product or service that we're offering them at the event. One more thing, the last one. This is a quick little bonus, number 6. If we take that omnipresent mindset of getting them to register, then we need to take number 6, omnipresent for attendance, right before the actual event. Say you're taking 3 weeks to get people to register for your launch, register for the opening of your company. The thing is, people are distracted way more today than ever before in history. So you have to take the same omnipresent philosophy that got them to register, and the 24 hours, 12 hours, 3 hours, 1 hour before, you got to do the same thing again. How do you remind them in every way possible? We run ads to all the people who registered. We run reminder ads to show up. Number 2, our email cadence. It's not annoying, but it's reminding them to show up. We do text messages. We ask our affiliates to make sure they remind them. We put clips of our podcast. We run social. Everywhere they turn, it's like, hey, you registered. Now the only way you get transformation is if you show up. Because again, we have to, not only can you get people, is it costly in today's world to get people to register, you need people to actually show up so you can impact and change their life. So you take that same omnipresence and you shift their mindset from I already registered to holy crap, I have to attend, whether that's FOMO, whether that's giving them highlights of what they're gonna change. You go back to their pain and pleasure, everything to put them back in the mindset from the day they registered so they show up and they come to the event so you can change their life, help them reach their goals, and simultaneously get them to say yes to stay connected to your company so you can keep pushing forward.